ahead and go live. All right. Starting this soon. I don't understand how my stream is like 300 something. But I definitely am not using Wi-Fi right now. All right, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? So those that are joining tonight, welcome to a better planned out stream. Something that has come together over time. 7 streams, obviously. So I just want to talk about what problems I ran into, what I'm doing to solve them, and what I need to learn. So let me kind of dive into what we've been trying to do here. We've been trying to focus on setting up a ToDo app that has a ToDo item that expires in 24 hours, right? So essentially everything within the day, and as I continue to work on this app, what I want to do kind of expands a little bit, but I'm also trying to focus on keeping it simple, stupid, which is why I got rid of, just to recap for those that are diving in just now, I originally started with a ToDo app that was going to have a backend database and authentication, and not that I can't do that, but like I'm really trying to do this the proper way in terms of coding and just good architecture, good practices. At least I'm trying to learn small pieces of good practices, and I feel like putting myself in like the limelight kind of puts pressure on me. If you've ever seen the show Stargate Atlantis, I feel like McKay when he's like put into a pressure situation, he's like, that's where I shine. But anyways, so essentially what happened was we were trying to build it from scratch, and I was having problems with combining. I don't think it was a problem with view binding, so I will set that aside. But I had a problem combining essentially bottom view bar, like where you have the options at the bottom view, bottom navigation, pretty much, and navigation components, so nav components, and there was something, I don't know why it was having such a problem, but basically things weren't connecting, and most likely it was just noob mistakes, where I was trying to do too much at once and I wasn't focusing. The streaming is kind of new to me in the way that I'm kind of trying to do this, and building my process, and so I have a pretty good streamline to set up right now, and I'm pretty excited about that. But what my goal is to, like, I don't mind following tutorials and articles and stuff online. That's not a problem. I'm trying to learn how to properly do it and understand what these things are. So I'm trying to step through it. So if you're somebody who's really trying to focus on, hey, I really want to find, real quick on the music side, let me know in the comments. I'll have to make sure that I have the YouTube tab over here so I can pay attention to the comments. But basically, what I got going on here is I'm really trying to focus on, I'm losing my train of thought. Hold on a second. Let me get where we're at here. Okay. So I'm really trying to focus on learning it, applying it, but being able to essentially regurgitate it later. That's kind of my goal. I'm sure a lot of programmers do this, where you learn something for what you need for a project, and then if you don't use it for other projects, you kind of like forget about it. You don't use it, you lose it. So that's a principle that I know very well, and I try to remind people when they try to, we'll say, discourage you. And so that being said, here's the update on the project. So I had to nuke the whole thing because there was just so much going wrong that kind of a runaway problem that you can never catch because you're like trying to fix the imports, you know. Here, I'll just kind of point to this piece. You're trying to fix the imports. From the imports, you're trying to fix the code, and then you go into the code, and it's like, you know, what's wrong with it? But the funny thing is, with nav components, it's actually really easy with nav components. But I was trying to look at my Keep app and go, oh yeah, what am I doing? And but because the Keep app is, there's so much in the Keep app that it's hard to understand the code, and I'm seeing where I made a lot of mistakes. The code is not very readable and understandable, so that's another thing I want to work on. But it's something where like I want to start with very simple things and build up from there. So, but essentially, what the problem that we had before was we couldn't actually switch between the navigation components here on the bottom tab, the bottom navigation view. Now, you know, there could be, I don't know why it wasn't working before, because when we come to, you know, like this right here, I haven't renamed a lot of this. Essentially what I had to do was I had to start a new project, and I had to just use the navigation, the bottom navigation activity for the main activity, and essentially it created the fragments necessary, which was essentially where I should have started off and then learned from there. So what I'm going to go ahead and do right now is I'm going to go ahead and start renaming everything that needs to be renamed and go from there. So we'll start with the class. So refactor, and this time I actually have my iPad hooked up, so I'll just show you that real quick. Kind of cool. So I got this cool app that I can easily kind of just, you know, draw something quick. You know what I mean? Kind of nice. So with this though, it's very quick for me to kind of draw something for you. So if I'm trying to say, hey, yeah, check this out, terrible draw, terrible artist is what I should probably say. So, you know, you have your tasks, right? But you have your completed tasks, and that's essentially what it's going to look like. And you'll have, you know, something here and something here. It looks terrible, but you're getting the point. Oh, okay. I can see that you guys can't see the whole thing. So let me try to move this down, and we'll see what that looks like. A little bit of a delay on the YouTube thing. I don't have OBS open. So, but anyways, you get the point. That's essentially what we're looking at, and I'll try to see what I can do to get that, because the resolution on the iPad is different from what I'm putting out. I'm putting out 1920 by 1080. Thanks. I appreciate that, babe. My wife in the comments dropping in, checking out the stream. That's cool. Let me know how the stream is. Let me know how the music is. I'm just trying to learn how to get all the mixing and everything going. But yeah, so that's essentially the goal of the iPad and the reason for it. So I'm gonna get things moving smoothly throughout the stream, so we don't have any hiccups where I'm having to stop the stream and do different things. So, all right. So basically, let me put the iPad aside for now. So we were changing this from home fragment to create fragment, and hopefully we don't break too much, because that always sucks when you're renaming stuff. So all right, so create view model. Okay, and well, everything looks good. And what's cool about this is actually showing you. So I'll hide the device. No, there we go. What's this? Oh, interesting. You can look at the actual file system in the virtual device. Cool. So what's cool about this is it just shows you the proper way to use a view model. So if we go to the view model, you can see that this is where you're actually supposed to do all of the setting of view items, which is kind of cool. I really appreciate that, and I can respect it. because it's helping me understand how I properly need to build apps. So, and I'm kind of trying to learn the MVVM architecture at the moment. So we've finished that. Let's go here to, whoops. Wow. I did that wrong. I was speaking and not thinking out loud. Probably a combination of both. This is supposed to be completed. Fragment. So then I gotta come here and refactor. I can't talk. Okay, so completed fragment. And then just refactor this. Completed view model. Alright, cool. And we're good. Nice. Alright, so everything looks good. Nice. So this is not the create, this is the completed view model. Yes, let's go ahead and fix that. And this is supposed to be the completed view model. There we go. Make sure that works. All right, cool. Create. Ooh, so this is where I have to. Oh, see, this is where you start breaking stuff when you don't do it right. So, good job, Wesley. All right. Create view model. Okay, cool. So everything looks good. So now that we've done those two, really all we needed, it's possible that we could do like an archive fragment where you can, I mean, it wouldn't be in the main bottom pieces, but so we can go ahead and refresh that and see how it looks. Pretty much the same. Nothing's going to change. It's just all under the hood, so to speak. So cool. All right, so the next thing that we need to do is we need to have essentially a way to add to-do items. Now, one of the most important things is a database, right? So we have to create the database and everything. So I've already started with the to-do, and we were really following a tutorial here, and we left off here. So I have to add this because this annotation basically declares that this is an entity. So that's kind of nice. All right, so it's to-do items, and that looks good. That's the primary key, title, and timestamp. That's really all we have. Very simple. Okay. All right. Oh, it's supposed to be an int. I always forget that. And just use PK. I learned that from Coding with Mitch, so it's kind of helpful to identify primary key. Also, like if you're trying to do remote databases or, you know, Firebase type of stuff, it helps to know that PK is for primary key, and if you have like another ID. You know, it's something that kind of sucks is when you get stuck in what you're thinking or what you want to do, and somebody tries to communicate that you're wrong. I actually noticed that when I was working with my iOS developer previously, he was always asking me like, hey, why are we using the unique ID for these recipes or users? Like, why are we storing them in the object? And I just forgot or didn't know about the method that you can use to grab the parent ID or the ID of the document that you're trying to read from the Firebase Firestore database. And I thought that was interesting that I forgot something so simple. But, you know, oh, just reading your comment. Thanks. Thanks, Teresa. I appreciate that, love. So, you know, it's always important to acknowledge if you're wrong. And in that sense, I was. And I didn't honestly realize it until now. It never occurred to me. But see, the thing is with me is, like, that's why it's so important for people to tell me if I'm wrong. So if I'm wrong, I really don't care that I'm wrong. It's just sometimes I have a very strong opinion, or I want to do something specific, and I may not just, I just may not know. And so sometimes I can be stubborn. I mean, you know, it is what it is. All right, so now we're going to focus on the DAO, and I really don't have really much to, like, add. And we'll look this up to see what we're supposed to do. But essentially, just annotate it with DAO. I didn't spell that right. DAO. And this is not a class, this is an interface. So, interface. So we'll go ahead and do that. Query, yes, yes, yes. Okay, so to do entity. Okay, we have that. So why is this wrong? What's going on with this? So I'm kind of curious why this is saying this is wrong. To do. So what do we got different here? Oh, this is not a data class. Okay. So we can fix that now. Clean project. Rebuild it. There we go. Oh, sorry about that, guys. But see, at least in this particular situation, when I forget to switch, you know, it's very quick and easy. I got a system for that. I just gotta remember when I'm looking at the code, I gotta switch my stream here. Okay, so still doing it. To do items, right? No, but then why does it say? I'm confused as to why it has this. Oh man. I'm trying to see what else I need though. It is a data class, okay. To do entity, yeah. Table name, entity, table name. Yeah, everything looks right. just work on the app database. Maybe there's something I'm missing here. So. Okay, so we have that. Still super confused as to why this works. Let's try to see if we can find this guy's See, this gets confusing because I'm trying to understand where this goes. So let's just Android, Kotlin, room, example. Alright, so let's see what Android has to say before you begin, blah, 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 what you'll need. Next. Okay, whether architecture examples. We pretty much have that. I don't have a repository actually, but we can figure that out. I mean, we made pretty good headway so far, so I might wrap this up so I can get to bed, but I'm trying to see what I'm missing here. Okay, so that is the table. So I had that's correct. The guy had it wrong in his tutorial. I don't know why the hell that's the case. See, now that all works. Okay, I don't understand why you had it wrong, man. I mean, it's fine. I'm not mad. It's just like frustrating. Like but I guess that means you gotta really learn to see if somebody's making a mistake. But yeah, so that's it. So word table, and then based on the fact, well, come on now. Oh, okay. I can go back. That's dumb. All right. So in Word DAO, change the get off of ties words. Oh, flow. I haven't really got into flow. I'll eventually get that figured out. Add a room database. Create a Kotlin class file called room. Right, word room database. We can refactor this to do database. That looks better. Okay, yeah, we already have this part. Cool. And then we need a repository, so whoops. To do repository. Actually, you know what? Let's just reference this, so we'll just do private val word DAO, so we'll do to do DAO There we go. Perfect. Whoops. All right, then we're doing executes all queries on separate thread. That's awesome. Observed flow will notify the observer when the okay. So I'm not using flow. So I'm gonna have to use something else. Global scope, I think. So I think that's where this comes in. So we get that. Okay. Done that. Accessing it. Okay, so global scope. So where is he getting this from? Global scope dot launch. Oh, how do we figure that out? So it's code routines, okay. What? Okay, but oh man, this sucks. But then how do I use flow throughout the entire thing? Because I haven't. Okay, there's no flow there. When data changes, you usually want to take some action, such as displaying the updated data in the UI. This means you have to observe the data, so when it changes, you can react. Okay, so this is updating the DAO. Got it. Let's go to the DAO, and we're doing what now? Query select, blah, blah. Order by. Order. There we go. Okay, so this is flow. Okay. That's just... Ooh, you know what I don't have? Where'd the word come from? Oh, okay, so the... Alright, it's still the entity. See, this is where you get confusing. You got different people using different naming conventions, and it gets really confusing. But this is just the entity, so that's fine. So what's the issue? Well, now we gotta open it up in a separate... So... If we're going to be doing flow, I need to know the dependency, right? Oh, the coroutines. So this is probably what we need right here. Let's see what we got for life cycle. Okay, we got life cycle. We just don't have the coroutines. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring this stuff in. What's the root project coroutines? Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and do define coroutines. Oh, I could just do that. And get rid of that. Get rid of that. There we go. That's better. What in the heck? Are you kidding me? Be right back. What? Are you kidding me? What in the mess? I'm so sorry about that. This is ridiculous. I don't remember pressing that button. Well, you live and you learn. You know, the only reason why I'm in there is for comments, so let's see if we can just find a OBS YouTube comments plugin. That's already done. Nah, I won't pay attention to YouTube comments tonight. I'll just make sure that my stuff looks right. Then I'll do the comments thing after. So let's get that. Okay. So now we have the coroutines stuff, so we should be good. Let's get rid of this and then get rid of that. We're actually in the down. Nope. Here. And we were trying to build a table. Okay. And we were trying to focus on it. So now we have get that. Okay, so we have that. But it was trying to add flow to the DAO. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is going to be coroutines flow. And then here is going to be the to-do entity. See, now that looks a lot better. I just had the wrong import. Got it. Okay, so now we need to do this, which is the repository, and we're already doing the database. So this right here, so val, all to-dos, oh, okay, test to do entity. We're not done yet. Equals to do whoa DAO get all, and if we okay, then we're good there, and then suspend fun. Suspend fun. Insert to do entity, to do entity. Okay. Do DAO dot. Oh man, add. What? What are we doing? I'm not inserting all. At insert create. No. Insert to do. Actually, it'd kind of be cool to do. No, because we're not doing that. We're just searching by title. Okay, but we're not doing searching. We're not implementing that actually. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. We're just going to get all. We're going to insert. Okay. Go back here. Now insert to do. Alright, but the thing that we need to do now is we need to go back here and fix this. Insert all to do's. Delete to do. We just need to make this. There we go. Refactor this, say get all to do's. There we go. Cool. Okay. I don't know why I'm not just doing code labbing instead. Makes more sense in my opinion. Okay, worker thread. So redone dent with an A and modifier. Okay. Okay, so then now we have to go to the view model. So, you know what? I think we're in a good stopping place, honestly. Let's go ahead and see if we can run it without it dying on us. Okay. To use code, you must add Ktx Artifact from room as a dependency. Android Kotlin room TX. Let's just Google that and see what it comes up with. Ah, okay. Let's go ahead and fix this. Think that real quick. We should be good now. Thank you, sir. Oh, I can't do that yet. Cool, so that means it ran, which means all we gotta do is code the adding of a to-do. And that'll be in the create. We go to the here. I mean, I'm kind of excited. I kind of want to do it. Word view model factory. I think we're in a good spot. Honestly. Wish we could save the current tabs. Oh, I was having a little bit of fun with trading. Ooh, nice. I'm just using a demo account, but pocket option, something I'm looking into. I don't think I'm using this guy anymore, so we'll go ahead and get rid of that. Not need that. Not need that. But just these three, so we'll go ahead and I believe we have this already, but we'll double check. Yeah, so we already have that one. Use default main activity bottom navigation. Because then just restructure code to fit what you need. Refactor, rather. Refactor. Okay. Let's go ahead and left off with working on the create view model. We need to build the plus button to open a bottom sheet, to add the to-do item, and auto generate the timestamp in military time, because that's my preference. So we'll just go ahead and make a big ass gap, because we don't need none of that. And we'll go ahead and do this so that way we know for a fact that this is where we're at. It's a lot easier to read. Cool. And then we'll just add something here that just says, wish there was a down arrow. That'd be nice. Down arrow, emoji. There we go. The easiest way to show where we're at. Use emojis. Whatever works, right? All right, so now that we've documented where we're at, we know what's going on. So that's pretty much it. I'm liking the way these streams are going, and I'm trying my best to keep them under an hour, 30 minutes at best. But, you know, hey, things pop up, and it's live, so I'm working with it. A little parched, so I'm going to give me something to drink. I'm going to head to bed. So I'm going to switch to the iPad, and I'm going to say thank you. So if this thing is still streaming, let's find out. It is. Awesome. Cool. So we'll go ahead and get rid of all this. And we'll just say very simple, thank you. Thank you for watching. There you go. We'll leave it with that. Have a good one. Peace.